Standoff over union rights ended with a stroke of a pen. Governor Scott Walker signing a bill yesterday stripping most of Wisconsin's public workers of nearly all of their collective bargaining rights. And now, with this fight over, does all the passion just simply go away with the issue, or will it rear its head in national politics? Jessica Brady is a staff writer at Roll Call, and she joins us now live to talk a little bit more about this. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So has Scott Walker, Wisconsin's Republican governor, done President Obama and the Democratic Party an unintended favor of sorts with this vote to curtail collective bargaining? What do you think?
Well, we'll certainly have to see. When Governor Scott Walker signed this bill into law yesterday, he did instantly become a hero to the Republican Party for bucking the unions and, frankly, sticking to a campaign promise. However, of course, unions and middle-class voters looked at this and sort of saw it as a fly-by-night move. There were no Democratic state senators in the Capitol when the vote occurred. They stripped the bill down, taking away any of the fiscal matters out of it in order to vote it without a quorum. And so you are going to see Scott Walker have to pay somewhat of a price. Already his poll numbers are down, and clearly he has become a focus of the Democratic Party.
But do you think it will just affect Wisconsin? Let's take a look at some of these numbers as we look at pictures from the Capitol there in Madison going on right now. At least 100,000 people estimated to be there converging on the Capitol. Now, these numbers in last year's congressional elections, the AFS-CME, the largest public employee union, by the way, gave over $87 million to Democrats. Now, this is according to the Wall Street Journal. In 2008, the AFS-CME, founded in Wisconsin, spent $2.3 million opposing Senator John McCain, Obama's Republican opponent. So union support, it will be vital to Democrats next year. How do you see that shaping up for really Democrats and Republicans across the field?
Well, you saw last month when this issue first bubbled up in Madison, President Obama, his campaign arm, Organizing for America, which is part of the DNC, got involved pretty shortly after the story started to develop. And plenty of volunteers came out in Madison to fight the governor on this issue. There were rumblings of similar things happening in Indiana and Ohio, where similar legislation was being considered under Republican governors. So clearly, yes, you are seeing that. Union activists, middle-class voters have been sort of fired up by this issue. And what better way, frankly, for Democratic voters to move into campaign cycle, which is definitely starting to get underway in some of these very important Rust Belt states, than to have a union fight in a swing state.
It is definitely getting underway, and if we can bring those pictures up again, you know, thousands and thousands of people, as we said, 100,000 estimated to be there in the Capitol in Madison. You wouldn't know it by taking a look at these pictures, but according to the Labor Department, last year 11.9% U.S. workers were represented by unions, and that's down from 20% in 1983. So the question would be, since union membership is dropping, do you think as a result of Wisconsin maybe the opposite could in fact happen? More people will come out against unions and support will in fact grow for candidates with policies similar to Governor Walker?
That's an excellent question. We'll just have to see. But you did see President Obama the other day at his press conference note that under the most recent jobs report, public employee numbers were down while private sector numbers were up. Of course, he's happy to see any kind of growth. His electoral success does depend quite a bit on the state of the economy. However, again, these are some middle-class voters, swing voters, people in some very important states that can come out, get the vote out for the president, and he is going to do everything that he can, and as especially his campaign arm, OFA, will do, try to galvanize these folks and make this sort of passion over this issue in Wisconsin translate across the campaign trail.
All right. Thank you very much, Jessica Brady, for joining us again. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, the rebels in Libya are fighting